Cool. Okay.
All right. I'll start sharing my screen. All right. Here we are. So here, also I realized I found out something. 2 slash marks doesn't work for comments for style area, so you got to do these. I was doing slash marks and stuff was not working for a while. But anyway, so so I've got 3 animations for this. I'll run them so you can see them. So here's a rolling ball, just doing a moving animation from right to left, and bouncing ball that's moving right to left, but also moving up and down. So you can chain together multiple animations. And here's a flipping animation for a card. So
That's
you can
cool.
mouse over and flip the card over to, or flip the element over to see an image on the other side. So let's see here. So for the first example, got a div class ball. And so up here, I've got making it a circle, height and width, margin, and color, and to help you see how it's rolling, I did this radial gradient thing, which makes this dark effect around the yellow type of deal. So the base color is yellow, and I've got a dark orange shadow going around it. So you can
That's awesome. So what are the 233 pixel dimensions?
Let me see what that changes. Oh, that changes where the focus is, I think. So let me change that to 100 just to see what that changes. Yeah, so that affects where the shine is, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And so for animations, animation name, role, so that tells it what animation to do, and the duration of the animation, and fill mode. Forgetting what that does. Let me comment that out for a second to see what changes. Well, I've forgotten what that does, but it does something. But this makes it so the animation. Oh, that's right. So so animation fill mode. So if I didn't have this here, it's doing this, and it's stopping right there. And so the infinite does that. And I forget what the what you enter for animation fill mode besides both, but what you can do is you can enter something. So if I didn't have infinite, it would roll to here, and then it would go right back here, just like snap back to this spot right here at the end. And you can also have an element to make it stay over here at the end. And I think that, but I'm not sure what getting rid of it does. Yeah, so both keeps it over here at the end. And infinite just makes the animation repeat over and over again. And the animation direction with alternate, that makes the animation play and then reverse right back the other way. So playing in backwards. And I've got the ease in to make it ease into it, so it starts out slow, gets to a speed, and then bounces. So if I do linear, it'll keep the same speed the whole way. So it's just going back and forth the same speed. Probably be more noticeable if it was going faster, but yeah, so there's ease in. And so here's the roll animation. So just translate X. So for like the X axis, starting from 0 and 0 rotation to 500 pixels away from its starting position, and 500 degrees rotated around. So that has it start from here, move 500 pixels to the right, rotating 500 pixels as it goes, and then the alternate thing right here has it go right back the other way. So any questions on that one?
So there's no JavaScript, right?
Nope.
Okay. No, that's pretty cool. That's straightforward.
Yep, it's just a style thingy. All right, so here for the bouncing ball, it's doing all the same stuff, except I did a blue one. And yeah, so the difference thing for here, there's this animation stuff, but for this one, we've got this because we're calling two animations. So we're calling roll for 2 seconds, fill mode both repeats infinitely. The animation eases in, and then bounce. The bounce animation is 1 second. It repeats infinitely and eases in. And so for the bounce animation, 0% of the way through, the ball starts at the top, and oh wait, so this is margins. So at 0%, the ball starts 40 pixels down from the top margin. So it's starting right here at the bottom here. And then 25% in, 0 pixels margin. So it goes up 50, goes back down, 75 back up, and 100% back down at the bottom. So so that's how you string together two animations, by calling them both in the same animation thingy right here. So any questions on that one?
Sorry, can you point out, I see the bounce animation, and then what is the horizontal animation?
Oh, I'm just calling roll right here, just like it's calling
There
roll
it is.
right here, except I'm just like doing it all this stuff in like one line here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then calling bounce the same way with a comma.
Okay.
All right. So good to go on to flip.
Yeah.
All right. So for flip, this perspective thing here makes it look kind of 3D, like it's flipping towards us a little bit. So let me see how it looks without that. Yeah, so without that, it's just flipping like normal, but when it's got 1000 px, then it looks like it's kind of flipping towards us. So it's kind of flipping up a little bit over the card like that. Kind of 3D-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so the flip element, oh, right. Well, let me show you down here because this one's a little different. So I've got an encapsulating, oops. I've got an encapsulating flip class, a flip box, card back, and oh wait. So a card back inside the flip box and a card front inside the flip box. I'm gonna scoot that in. There we go. So flip, inside the flip there's the flip box, and inside the flip box there's card back and card front. And so those hold the images of the back of the card and the front of the card. And so in the thingy, so we got the 3D effect, the dimensions of the flip container, and position, relative, dimensions. I made the dimensions all the same for all of them. And this was just for testing before I had the images. And so the transition, it takes 0.3 seconds for it to go through the animation, and or this hover thing going on. And well, Well, I guess now that I look at it this way, it's not really an animation. It's more of a transformation and transition. But yeah, still an interesting little thing. I'd still call it an animation, but I guess it's not technically an animation. But good thing to think about for the others. And just goes to show how closely related all these things are.
Yeah, well, I would call that an animation. It's
Yeah.
pretty complex, you know.
Mm-hmm. So flip container, flip box, and so when you hover over it, it rotates the flip box 180 degrees like this. And for the card back and card front, their position, their dimensions, back face visibility. I think that's like it hides this king side from view. And yeah, so the king side is transparent until the until the card is flipped. So when you hover over it, it turns the card back transparent and the king side visible. And there's probably a lot better tutorials on this out there, but this is something I threw together following one of those, kind of taking elements from them and applying them to this example.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. So any questions on those?
I don't have any.
No, looks great.
All right. Well, those are the 3 animations I had. It was kind of tough to think of animations because, like, I was thinking, because like all the things I was thinking of that I would see on a normal website in modern day, like you don't really see like stuff like this just moving around on the screen.